Squidward! Okay, you just have to review this and you'll be done, okay? You can go leave and get out of prison.
What? Huh? Let's go!
Okay. Let's do it. Well, if I'm being honest, I was kind of a bit obsessed with it as a kid. Well, as in, I mostly went to bed with it as a kid. Whenever I would just buy tons of stuff. Watch constant YouTubers about the content. Even though there were bad seasons, I still watched the damn thing. So, yeah, I was a fan. And also, fun facts. This is actually like one of the first movies I ever watched as a kid. It's why I kind of have a passion for it. Yeah. So anyways, let's dive in. Alright. First up, let's start off with the main character. Well, in this movie, SpongeBob is adventurous and brave as he goes on a quest to get the King's Crown from Shell City. And before that, he also gets a bit depressed because he didn't win the manager thing for Krusty Krab 2. And so Squidward got it.
Squidward tentacles!
And pretty much he gets drunk on ice cream with Patrick. Nice. And then comes back late. Anyways, for like most of the movie in general, SpongeBob pretty much has like a 10 out of 10 main character thing. Also, did you know he's like in his 40s? In this movie, if you can't tell from like, well, all the Employee of the Month award things on his walls. So yeah, he's like really old now. Anyways, on to the main cat. Besides SpongeBob, I'd say Patrick was like 8, cause he was like the chill bro to Spongy. And well, a bit how do I describe it?
Hooray for SpongeBob! Hooray for SpongeBob! Let's hear it for SpongeBob! Hello? Where'd everybody go?
Moving on, let's go on to side character. Time for a few more memes that are probably dead or surprisingly alive. Starting off with the side characters that say
Goofy, Goofy, Goober, Goobers, yeah!
Or
What'll it be, fellas? Mustard or ketchup?
yeah, I say 9 out of 10, and the King is 7 out of 10 because, I don't know, I didn't find it interesting. And Mr. Krabs, I say surprise. Still mostly as cheap as always because, well, he never really changes that much. And as for my boy Squidward, 10 out of 10, but for average, I'd say 7 for all side characters, really. Now, let's move on to villains, which of course is Plankton, since, well, why wouldn't he be the main villain? He did a pretty good role as he like made like a bunch like an apocalypse and that, and well, let's see, stole the crown. Practically, he's got the villain material. And we also got Dennis, which is like, well, basically like a cool cowboy ride hunter that hunts down SpongeBob and Patrick. And yeah, I forgot about it. The bigger boot. Oh, not. But anyways. And of course, there's also, well, the Cyclops guy, which most people would recognize him as Frenchie as well because, well, it looks pretty similar, doesn't it? And yeah, I say for them, they 8 out of 10. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. And finally, the story. Well, practically, it's just quite entertaining, really. I never really got bored of it, really, as a kid, and like, watching it over and over and over again. I never really got bored of it. But I'd say it has its flaws. I mean, practically, it does have great animation. Well, 20 years ago. Because, like, most people do say it's not a masterpiece in general, but it still was like the best SpongeBob movie. It still is. But like nowadays, when you compare the animation to the show nowadays, it looked basically like just the same. Unlike back then, it was pretty much it was actually quite a bit different. This was pretty much the animation global of a movie style, especially like in the endings and like in the middle ends and that of, well, the big scenes. But if I have to rate this movie out of 10, I would say 8 out of 10. Well, that's over with. Okay, can I go now? Yeah, sure. The door's just over there. Great. This way. Oh, wait, no. Here. Okay, I see the door. Finally made it out of it. The guy? Oh, Andrew.